Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the fifth episode of the Habsolo Podcast. I am Habsolo, and today I'm joined by a very special guest, the current emperor and creator of OldTP.biz and the DSGHQ, Damen Spike.
Hello.
So I was very excited to have Damen on here because obviously he's the creator of this this game that I so dearly adore. But I also wanted to talk about one of his other games, which he showed some gameplay for it a while ago, which was Leo RPG, like Leo RPG 2, I believe.
Yep.
And well, I played Leo RPG 1 and I really enjoyed it. So I'm excited for like new game modes and whatever coming out in Leo RPG 2. Are you willing to talk about any like new sorts of gameplay or weapons or anything, or are you going to keep them secret?
I'd just say it's more improved than the first one. I'd say it's pretty much the same, but just improved.
Yeah, like better graphics and whatnot.
I want to add new things, obviously, but I'm just trying to get all the basics done first.
Yeah. Well, the gameplay that you released looked really cool. I'm excited. I'm sure others are like the yeah. Well, it should be cool. But also, what I'm sure a lot of people tuned in to listen to is your opinions on the election, the most recent election, because I know that you released a video talking about your opinions on what happened on Sunday. Do you want to go deeper into that, or
Yeah, I got a video, yeah.
like I had Bacon on the show 2 days ago, I want to say. He was talking about how he was trying not to be rude. He was just trying to lighten the mood because some of his supporters were kind of angry about him not winning. So, obviously, I think you expressed your opinions in the video talking about how you thought what Bacon did was wrong. But do you want to
Well,
expand?
looking back now, I don't think he actually did anything wrong.
Yeah,
And I kind of knew that before I made the video anyway.
yeah,
But the thing with me is I see things a little bit differently, I think, than most people. I've got kind of an instinct feeling on how things are.
mm-hmm.
I just felt as if Alex's attitude was a little bit off. And I
Yeah,
was basically just trying to prevent bad things from happening before they actually did,
yeah,
which I think was misunderstood.
yeah. A lot of people took it as you didn't support Alex and you messed up his proposals on purpose, but I'm pretty sure Alex knew that you didn't mess them up on purpose. It's just you misinterpreted them, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do you think so far? I mean, Sadie's obviously only been president for about a day, but what do you think about her first proposal for what was it? Was it refund for transforms? Am I correct?
Yes, I think it's a good idea. I guess I'll just have to make it happen.
Yeah, it's
I've
gonna.
got time.
Yeah. Well, that should be. I mean, that should be interesting because a lot of the time people complain about how they bought a transform that they don't want anymore, and then it just they have to beg for gold and stuff. So
Yeah, I did notice it's a 75% refund. It's not
Oh,
100%.
okay. Well, I mean, yeah, that comes with buying it. But I'm
And I
not.
think that's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah, because then they just yeah. But what do you think about I don't know if you've read about any of the Game of Mods teams that are coming for the upcoming summer 2017 competition, but have you read any? Have you looked into any?
Any of the teams,
Mm-hmm.
like, I imagine the same ones will be playing the game.
Yeah, I
Usually
believe.
it's the houses, aren't they?
Yeah, I believe Dance Bear has a team this year because I just know that I'm on that team. So, do you see any potential on any of the teams that you've looked into?
I think the best one usually is can't even remember now. They weren't blue anyway.
No, I think I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name either.
Maybe
Whatever.
I'm thinking about 2 years ago and not recently because they've changed a lot recently.
Yeah, a lot of new teams have come around. Like Fairy Tale, they won, and that was interesting. But same with
Fairy tales were good, weren't they?
yeah, because didn't Cat Rules wasn't she the one who won that game of mods?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. And I know that Knights they won and then they became a house and then they got a didn't they just get a military yesterday?
Yeah, Jesse bought a military with 1,000,000 gold.
1 million. How many troops does that buy you?
Jesse came to me, he said he wanted a military. He's been asking for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I got around to reading his messages.
Mm. I know that both me and A-Dog spammed you back when we were looking for that skeleton knights. And I deeply apologize for being that as irresponsible as I was with that sword. I think I was just overly excited. And then that just showed, and I was like, I'm going to be cool and take a picture. And then that ended up with just me dying. So.
Yeah, maybe he didn't know the rules.
I think, honestly, I think I am one of the reasons that one of the gun rules happened because there was an attacking Emperor guard, and I just knew he got my gun, and I tried to shoot him, but I ended up shooting a user. So I just remember that being. I think that was why. I'm not 100% sure though.
The heat of the moment can be very distracting.
Yeah, but I know what's going on with the Emperor guards right now, actually, because I just remember seeing on DamenSpike.com or DSGHQ.com.
Yeah, there's only one at the moment.
Yeah. Polaris. Are you looking into others, or is it just sticking with the one? Because I remember them being like a whole team. Like I remember, oh man, I just remembered Brave Hunter. He was mean.
It's lots and lots of things in old CP, and sometimes I just forget about certain things. So.
Yeah, I mean it's understandable when you're running a game that's at like as big a scale as this game is, with like all the confusing ranks. Like with like regular like other servers, it's like there's moderator, there's administrator, and that's that easy. But with old CP, there's knights, there's detectives, there's people with guns, there's people with swords, and that just becomes really, really confusing for you to figure out who needs what. And so
yeah, who deserves what as well.
Exactly. Like
it's what makes it fun, though.
Yeah, exactly. But you don't have to. A lot of time, people are like, "Hey, can you read my application?" And it's difficult because you don't have the time to read every single application, so you don't get to learn about the potential of people.
And that's why I've started asking for applications when I need them. The vacancy.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I just forgot about that. But normally, what happened is there a helper right now? Like on Alt TP? Or is like
the Emperor helper rank was removed and replaced with the president, wasn't it?
Oh, okay. I feel like I missed that because I think I was IP banned when the original presidential election happened.
Well, what I actually want, and I'm not going to do it, but I would like to go back before I made the president thing and made it the helper election, you know.
Yeah, but now, I mean...
just to keep that rank, because I liked it.
Yeah, I remember back in, maybe, I think it was like 2015 when Cyberwolf was your helper, and then I think Chelsea was a helper as well, but I don't remember that far back. So I just know that the helpers, they helped, well, they were the helpers, so they helped, like, organize things. I don't know if that made that easier for you or not. Did it?
They were like me, but
but
they couldn't make their own mind up on things. They had to get my permission, and then they could do whatever.
Oh, okay.
But it's basically just I could tell them to do something,
and then they'd do it for you.
And they'd have the powers to do it as well.
Oh, okay.
In terms of commands and stuff.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I had something. Where's that paper? I had a paper that I had. Concepts to talk about. I can't find it. Well, what about the new rank jailer? Was that off Sadie or was that your own idea?
Well, I got home from work today and I just had this idea come in my mind.
Yeah.
Jailer, that would be cool. So I did it.
That's cool.
And that's how most things on old CP begin. Just random.
That's cool. I've always wanted to think of like ideas because I used to. There was this game it was when old CP was down. It was like 2016, and it's shut down now. But I was writing Crime Zone for it, and it was so fun because the programmer he programmed in like magic, and I think this was before So it's really cool to come up with new concepts. And I didn't even read through the entire jailer page. She's gonna have a mace.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you see the picture?
That's cool. But I remember this was way back. I think it was last year actually, but it was the Council of the Ranks. You were talking about new weapons. Is there any progression on those, like the bow and arrow and stuff?
The bow and arrow, no, something not. Some things that are beginners' ideas
and they lose traction. Yeah. Well,
because I don't have time really. There's so much to do.
Yeah.
Lately, especially, I don't know what's been happening. I just feel a bit overwhelmed with all the different people. Because now in Old CP, there's so many different groups operating, and some in the background that you don't know about. Some like Orbay, some like the crime office. There's so many things happening.
Yeah, like you can't.
That makes Old CP what it is. Yeah. Some people call it crime zone, but it is just lots of people.
Mm-hmm. It's just people working together
to do things for them.
Yeah.
And it's really, really increased to the point now where most of the time I'm just reading messages and I'm doing people's requests.
Because, like, I remember back in 2015 when there was, like I have even complained about this. Everyone else has. But how they missed how Crime Zone was in, like, 2015 when you could come online and you, like, practically ran it. But since then, the game has, like, evolved so much. Like, that Crime Zone, there was like a full-scale war. And they tried to recreate that in 2016, but Charles wasn't very able to.
Well, what was the war in 2015?
At the time, I think I was on vacation, so I just missed most of it. But I believe it was them fighting the pirates. Like, it was us, like the South versus the pirates, and they were like war knights and everything. But since then, no one else has really recreated like a full-scale war.
Yeah. There was pirates in 2015.
Not 15, 16. Excuse me. Because that was... Yeah, it was the summer of 2016. But then in 2015, there was also the war against Mickey. Was that 2015?
I think that was 2013. There's a big difference with the Mickey one and what it is now and what it was last year.
Yeah.
Mickey was all organised. It was all done by me.
Yeah.
Whereas now, 99% of it is just... It happens improvised by other people. It's not me who plans it.
Yeah, that's why I think that's why a lot of people enjoyed the. They did enjoy the Crime Zone in 2015, but then some people also didn't because they just knew that it was planned out, and if you knew what was going to happen, like you were an actor or anything, then it would just be like ruined for you. But now it's people. They keep it private. I don't know if you know this, but the actors and the crime office, they keep it completely private. So, like, unless you're in, like, a mod or a detective, you can't really encounter anything, you know?
Yeah. They keep the developments private, don't they?
But, yeah. But, I mean, the explanation that I got from it was that people were complaining about dying, and so, I mean, I guess that makes sense. But it also annoys a lot of people because, I mean, Crime Zone was the reason that I really stuck with this game. Because, I mean, that was back in, like, 2015. Because I saw my first sword fight. It was the Mountain. It was the Mountain versus Freddy in, like, 2015. And that's what really drew me into the game. I was like, wow, this is really cool. It's like my childhood, but with swords.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, okay, have you looked into...
Great.
Yeah, that's why... I think that's the real reason that this game is as popular as it is. And how it really sticks out from other CPPSs, you know?
Well, the thing is, I think it has to be like it is right now. Right now, people won't agree, but this is what makes people come back to play.
Yep.
Because they don't know what's happening. They don't know what could happen tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And they know that it's not as simple as just signing up to be, say, a war knight, and then suddenly you go to a war, and then that's how it is, and here's the enemy, you know who it's going to be,
yeah,
and you know all the rules.
Yeah.
The thing is, you don't know what's going to happen.
That's
I mean,
what's so
probably
interesting.
not ever going to get around most people,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just the way it is. And I think that hunger people have to see more keeps people coming online.
Yeah. Okay. I found my paper, and I remember one thing that I've been wanting to discuss with you since probably last year. It was the Wise Council. Like you all, I'm pretty sure you know that all that drama I started around revolving around the Wise Council. Like I made that whole big rant and everything, and then I tried to talk to you about it, but I was just I was really or not. I was just really, I was really immature about it. Rather than like just engaging you personally, I just kind of started all that drama. So, but what's your opinion on the Wise Council currently?
I think it's fine. I think Fable is excellent in himself. Maybe he could be more like security guy and do some more actual meetings with them all.
Yeah, like a lot of people consider what's his name? Consider Fable to like Jacob back in 2015, rather than comparing him to like security guy who was just earlier this year. And I mean, it's obviously not that fair of a comparison because I'm not actually 100% sure how old Fable is, but I know that Jacob is like 14, and so he's obviously I think he's more mature than Fable, but I don't really talk to Fable as much as I would like to. Um,
What I've seen from Fable is he's very humble, and
mm-hmm.
he doesn't have the attitude that the world owes him something. And everything has to go his way, otherwise it's unfair.
Yeah,
And I think he engages on the I don't know, the law, if you like, for old CP. He's
yeah,
very interested in all that.
mm-hmm.
Because of that, he makes an excellent grand most wise person. So
Yeah.
I think he's the best one we can have at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, okay. Well, I lost the paper again. No, I found it. Okay. What do you think about how the the stuff with like Player of the Month is happening right now? Like Shmoo too, who just I'm pretty sure she's like a new user. Like I haven't seen her at all before this year, and so she just came around. And she's like really active. Like she's won game freaking twice, I think. What do you think about that? Like uh the new I can't think of the word. Super active players. Yeah. Player of the month.
I think I made the competition because I like to. I guess it made people want to stay online a bit more.
Yeah, like rewarding people for their activity.
Yeah, and it added competition to every day playing the game.
Yeah.
I like racing.
Yeah, I think racing.
I like the Tour de France,
Yeah.
which is a cycle race. And I guess I was trying to recreate that element, that race element, into the game with all the times and stuff.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's like, I've been on the leaderboard before, and it's genuinely intense. Like, I was, like, third place once, and I remember that the only reason I lost is because I died in the joust. But it's intense to be, like, in third place, and then you, like, want to stay on because you don't want to lose your place, and then you're like, hey, I might win 500,000 gold, and that'd be cool. And so you get nervous.
I noticed McKinley's up there at fourth.
She is? Oh, geez. I just went onto the page, but I know that she's
came
back.
The legend.
Yeah, McKinley. I thought it was dangerous what she was doing, but I mean, if that's what she wants to do. Well, wait, didn't she end up using auto clickers, or was that someone else?
That wasn't McKinley. No, I don't think so.
Oh, geez. Because if I can find the page. Yeah, she's been on it 3 times. She was on it 3 months in a row. And the only person who's had it more than 2 times is Shmoo 2, which is for the last 2 months. Which, I mean, I guess that's good, but that McKinley wants to be that active. Which is interesting.
Yeah, McKinley's very competitive. She doesn't like losing.
Yeah.
So I admire her for that January, February, March.
Yeah.
But unexpectedly left in April.
Yeah, I don't think I know what happened actually.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I think it had something to do with the tragedy that happened a few years back. I don't know, but she's come back in July, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean that's good. Well, what do you think about? Or wait, no, not what do you think about? What happened? Because I knew there was supposed to be. Wasn't it supposed to be? I'm not 100% sure, but I thought it was every month or every 3 months the new judges would be elected with the president. What happened with that?
Yeah. I forgot exactly the procedure for that. I think what we did is we elected them the first time, and then just keep them where they are unless the president wants to change.
And just
the new president can change them each time.
Yeah, because, oh, never mind. No, I thought, yeah, okay. Okay, I've been asking most of my guests on what do you think about how Daniel did as president last term, or DSC.
I admired him for coming on a lot. I kind of got the idea maybe he had other things to do, but he didn't spend time in OCP.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that he made all those proposals because he did make quite a lot.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's although he wasn't able to do all of them, like make every single one of his proposals, which I mean is understandable because it's difficult to complete everything that you wanted to in the past. So like you can't really go through everything. Like I'm not 100% sure if Sadie's gonna be able to do everything that she promised, which I mean is understandable because she promised like a lot of things. But I mean that's good because that gets people to follow your and like I can't think of the word, but like not appreciate, but what I can't really think of the word right now, but like agree with your party's policies and stuff. Just yeah, I think it's good that she made all the proposals that she did.
Yeah, I think what Penguin DSC could have worked on was his interaction with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I know he was good with sitting there and talking.
Yeah.
Informally, but more formal sessions.
Yeah.
I think he should have done those a little bit more.
Because I remember back in like 2015 or early 2000, well, whatever. I don't know exactly the years. I'm not 100% sure. But I remember that there would be weekly sessions like every Thursday. And then there would also be the radio shows every Thursday. I just remember that. And I remember the sessions would give you updates on what was happening, like Emperor Guards, or what happened in Crime Zone the previous week, or whatever was happening with houses, or Game of Mods, or Game of Nights, or just. And I think that would be interesting to have one of those like every week.
Yeah, it'd have to be done by someone who knows what they're talking about.
Exactly. So like one of the more active admins, like maybe not Rocket, but just because he doesn't, I really don't know what's going on with Rocket. I think he's just busy.
Do any of us?
I mean, he was on yesterday, I believe. I don't think I've seen him on Old CP though in a really long time. But I mean, he owns the game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. Yeah, he's looking for more. I think he's more focused on the forum at this point, though, rather than he is on Old TP, because he knows that you've basically just taken the wheel and just gone crazy. I mean, just
so
kidding.
we spoke, me and Rocket, and we came to a decision that he would focus on Rocket's Games HQ.
Yeah.
I would focus on Damen Spike Games HQ, and I would take Old CP as my own thing.
Yeah.
When Damen Spike forums come back, which hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I know they came back for a day, and oh my lord, that was horrible. I used to be such a suck up. But isn't Rocket thinking of reprogramming and bringing back Snail's Chat? I don't know if that was him or that was you.
Yeah, he was doing that, but he never finished it.
Mm-hmm. And I know that he had CPPS Creator, but I don't know where that went. Like the site's down or something. But I mean, I know Luke
Which
made
one
it.
is it?
It's the one where you go on and you just make your own CPPS.
Oh yeah, CPPS Creator. Oh, that was another thing. I spoke to him and I said, promote CPPS creators so you can get more users of your own.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a very good idea, and I agreed to do a campaign to promote it, which I did. He probably saw all the post on the community thing for it.
But then the website, it says it's down, I think. I don't know if he's working on the website or something. But
yeah, he said he was going to do an update.
Yeah, you're unable to...
this was a while ago, so he's not finished it yet.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I have one question. Who is... it's the handguard, Samuel? Whose handguard is he?
Samuel. I think he's a Hydra.
Oh, he is. Oh, yeah. What do you... I believe it was Harrison, actually, who promoted them. But what do you think about the new Detective Sergeant and Inspector? It's Alex and Sugar. They're the new heads of the crime office.
Yeah, me and him looked at the emails.
Yeah.
I say emails, the applications.
Yeah.
And we picked Sugar and Alex.
I'm glad
was it Sugar?
Yeah, it was Sugar. I'm glad you picked someone experienced for Inspector, but I was also really happy to see a new face as Sergeant, because I expected it to be like someone who had been with the crime office since like a long time ago. Like I was expecting like maybe Mikey or something. But he's
well, actually, I think Alex was probably the most involved under Jack. So
yeah, Mikey, Alex has been with the crime office since as long as I can remember. I mean, I've only played this game for like 3 years, but he's been there for a while. Like when Detective just had name color. Oh
yeah, Alex is great at Detective.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what even happened with it said, I don't actually know why, but it was something happened with the detectives in like the entire crime office, that they don't have their titles or anything anymore. They don't have their titles or name color.
Yeah, we had a cancel of the ranks last year.
Yeah.
We changed. We all decided to change a few things to do with different ranks, and one of them was detective. We decided to take away the name color and the title for just regular detectives. Replace it with a faction.
Okay.
Or a badge.
Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, because they have the when you double click on their profile, they have the badge or whatever.
Yeah, those are called factions.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I honestly I don't know that much. But what happened? I don't know if you know that much about the North. You probably do, but what happened with the North Guard? Because I know that there's only one North Guard anymore. Vasco.
Well, I'll tell you what happened with them. The Sith came along and the Grey Jedi came along, and suddenly that was a lot cooler than North Guards.
So people just stopped caring?
Well, I'd say all they stopped caring about North Guards when Grey Jedi became a thing.
I mean, the Jedi seem interesting. Like it's so cool that I'm sure it was you. Added in the lightsabers. I always thought that they were I remember back in 2015, there was that huge update where it was all the items dropped and there were lightsabers and everything. And there's someone talked about how you might release lightsabers as a weapon, and then here we are 2 years later, and then there are lightsabers as a weapon in the game. I just think that's really cool.
I watched Star Wars recently, as you can probably
tell. I was just watching Rogue One earlier before I came. I love Star Wars. I think Star Wars is great. But is there? Wait, I don't actually. I think I've heard about this, but I've never actually seen one in action. The sawn-off shotgun. Is that a military?
Yeah, that's a weapon I gave to Captain Flint ages ago, and he had it in his vanity pool, and he gave it to his pirates, and it's just lasted till now.
That's well. That's so cool. I love it whenever new weapons are added. That's why I was just so excited about the Jedi, because
well, a lot of the things I've been here for ages. It's just
you don't really see them unless you're in with the crime office. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense because crime office likes to keep, not all the time, but sometimes it makes sense whenever they want to keep to themselves.
I think they do that because they don't want the other side finding out that they know certain
Yeah,
things.
because they could
So
easily
it's not as
just be like,
simple as just tell the users everything that's happening, because that would give away plans and things that were they didn't tell on.
what's going on with the princess? Isn't there normally like royal weddings and whatnot? Because I know that Raindrop's your sister, right?
Yeah.
So what's going on? Aren't there weddings, or is the royal weddings? Because the last one was like it was like Luke and Courtney in like that last year.
Raindrop's already married to someone called Archie, but Archie has not been
Yeah,
around
I haven't
for
seen
a long
Archie.
time.
Oh, yeah, wasn't Stag's originally Archie's house?
Sorry, what was that?
Wasn't Stag's originally Archie's house, and then Harrison took it over?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when the Damon Spike forums were back up for that day, I don't know how long it was actually, but I think I saw Archie on the online players list. Which that was like a load of nostalgia.
Yeah, and he messaged me on Skype about that time as well.
I haven't logged onto Skype in so long because Discord just kind of took over Skype.
Discord is taking over, hasn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, you can compare the two, but not as much as a lot of people do, because Skype has like a video call, but then Discord has like more efficient messaging, I think.
Discord are going to bring video calling to their client as well, aren't they? So
yeah, I figured that would happen. What do you think about
Discord? I think people like Discord more because it's made by a private company.
Yeah.
They are very open source, and Skype is owned by Microsoft.
Yeah.
Or another word. What is it? NSA.
Yeah. A lot of
National
people are.
Security.
Yeah.
Association.
Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, that's probably what it is. But so you probably know how Tent is reforming Wolf. What do you think about that?
I think it's really good. When I saw him sending he didn't just say to me, Damen, I want to take over House Wolf. He came to me with a sword, which looked amazing for the house.
I've always wanted to design a weapon for the game, but I don't have enough programming knowledge to design. I used to do. Oh man, wait! I need to pull this up actually. So I don't know if you've heard of this or not, but there's this website. It's for Massachusetts Institute of Technology. They made a website called Scratch, and it's just really simple coding. And I used to do this all the time. And I always thought I was so cool because I was like, oh man, I can code. But fun fact, I actually couldn't code because it's literally just you take like blocks of like the commands and then you attach them. And I just thought I was the coolest person.
Yeah, I've used Scratch as well.
I always thought I was like the coolest person ever because I could program on Scratch.
Me too. I really liked it as well. But at the same time, I was actually doing proper programming in a program called the Elder Scrolls Construction Set for Oblivion. I was making my own mods.
I've never played very
simple code.
Cicero or Swissero. I've been told both those. Apparently it's really good. Apparently Oblivion's really good, but I've never played Oblivion. I've played Skyrim though. So
I don't want to mention him, but have you seen PewDiePie's video lately on Oblivion?
No. When did you release it?
I mean, about 5 days ago. It's about Oblivion, and if you want to get an idea on how Oblivion is, watch that video. It's very funny.
Well, I mean, I don't remember when it was, but I think I was at Goodwill, and then there was an Oblivion Game of the Year edition for $2, and so I picked it up, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna grab this because it was $2, and it was apparently Oblivion's really good, so I got it, but then I couldn't actually get it because I couldn't install it on my computer for some reason. I think it was like glitched. I don't actually know. So that was sad because I wanted to play Oblivion forever.
Abs.
Yeah.
You'll never be an alpha tester if you talk like that. It just glitched or something. What was the error? What happened when you put the disc in?
Okay, so I put the disc in.
About it.
I put the disc in, right? And then I put in the product key. And it was like, okay, 99% done. You want to play this game now? And I was like, okay. I don't think it was actually 99%, but it was maybe around that number. So I started it up, the installation. And my computer goes kind of slow whenever I try to install games. I started up, and then it was at like above half, and then it said a file was corrupt, and I pressed abort because I've tried to install. I used to play this game called Age of Mythology, and one of the files got corrupt, and then I tried to play it, and it was just all the sprites were messed up, and it was just bad. So I just was like abort, and I was like, okay, let me retry, and it kept saying that.
Yeah.
So one time I just went with it. I was like, okay, and then I loaded in the game, right, and I started playing, and I'm like, okay, cool. Oblivion is really cool. I like this game because I had played Skyrim previously, and it ended up just being. It ended up just being me stuck in the starting little like tutorial dungeon, and I could not get out of there. And since it was like a $2 game, I literally like the door did not open, and the people did not die, and I couldn't like report it or anything because it was a $2 version of Oblivion that I found at Goodwill. So like, what was I supposed to do? And I uninstalled it, and then I reinstalled it, and the same thing happened. So I just gave up.
You know what? I think either the disc was corrupt or you're very bad at playing Oblivion.
I think the disc was corrupt. The people wouldn't die. I like literally.
Yeah,
I'd like go like,
corrupt.
hey, I'm gonna complete this tutorial because I played Skyrim on my computer in the past, and I was like, so I understood like the controls and everything. I'm not that bad at Oblivion, but I literally could not kill them. Like they didn't die. And the door didn't open. The door that I needed to go through to complete the tutorial room didn't open.
Oh, hang on. I remember now. You can't kill the enemies in the first dungeon.
Oh, really? I thought they just had infinite health.
You've got to let the guards that are guarding the Emperor kill them.
Really?
But if they weren't fighting, then the disc was corrupt.
I honestly don't remember because this was last year probably. I bought it over summer, and I was in, I don't even remember, but I wasn't even in my hometown, so it was just, I don't remember why we were at Goodwill, but then I was like, hey mom, can I buy this? And then she was like, sure. So I don't know. So maybe they marked it as $2 because the game was just messed up.
Messed up version. You know what you could do? Mm-hmm. You could become a pirate, go on Pirate Bay, download it for free.
Wait, Pirate Bay, is that an actual thing?
I forget I just said that, actually.
You just said go on Pirate Bay.
Did I?
Yes. I think it was, oh man, when I was like 9, I used to use these websites. If you went on my internet search history, it would be free Minecraft password and free Minecraft download. And it was
no.
I really wanted to, I think it was because I wanted to play the DSGHQ Minecraft server. Because that was when you wanted to replace
the Empire.
Mm-hmm. But whatever. I mean, so I just really wanted to play Minecraft. And then that's when Leo RPG came around, I was really excited because I'm like, hey, this game's free and it's really fun. So that's why I really enjoyed Leo RPG.
Yeah, but the problem with Leo RPG is people think it's a virus just because it says download.
Yeah, like, and
they won't click on it.
I always mispronounce this. I think it's Hasher or Hashier. I'm not actually sure. He literally, I remember him doing a scan of it, and then it said it's safe from all of that stuff, and everyone was still like, "Oh, it's probably a virus."
It's because the parents say, "Don't download anything."
That's why
it'll give you a virus.
I didn't even tell my
kids
parents
who don't know anything.
Yeah.
Just like the parents.
Yeah.
They never click download.
Yeah. That's why I never told my parents that I downloaded it because they were like, "Oh, it probably has a virus." Like, my mom is not very computer savvy, so she just assumed she would just assume everything that was downloaded off the internet just has a virus. She just immediately assumes that.
which is the big problem. That's why I changed it from download to install. So
Yeah.
if you go on MeWirePG now, it'll say install instead of download.
I mean, yeah, that makes me feel safer. Install. Wait, I'm gonna go to scores on MeWirePG.com. I remember that. I remember when the game, it was, what was it called? Empire, yeah. I remember Empire. It used to be so popular. And everyone
the first few weeks were like
everyone would
really
log
busy.
on every day and they'd play Empire for fun. And then ever since then, it's just gone down and it sucks.
The annoying thing is, though, I think Empire was good, but people just assumed that that's the only one where people would be, which was really a shame because people got used to playing on Empire and then Empire got boring.
Mm-hmm.
Then people just thought no one's on this game, so they didn't try out all the other loads and loads of game modes to play with other people.
Yeah, I started playing, it was a while ago, I was playing with music and fire, and we were playing, like, the co-op mode, we were playing, or cursed co-op. I don't really like medieval co-op, just because I'm not good at melee weapons. So we were playing co-op, we were playing, we did some 1v1s, we did some, free-for-alls, we did siege mode. Oh, the siege mode's really fun. I really love the siege mode. But,
yeah, that's great, because it's all there. I made it. Spent ages on it. I know it's quite glitchy, though.
Mm-hmm. But what really ended up giving me nostalgia was when Trashy told me, Fire now, he told me to log on to the creative server that has like all of the beta testers' names on there, and it was like, wow, these people. It sucks because I think I applied for beta tester, but at the time I was just really inexperienced, so I couldn't really get anywhere. But I mean, I've gotten places since 2016. But it's really weird to look back. When I looked back on all my posts where I was like, my first post was applying for moderator in the comments of someone else's moderator application. And then they told me this is not where you apply for moderator, and I thought they were just being mean to me. And so...
Well, I tell you what, we all were there once. I was there once. I was just like that. When I was a member on a place called RAL 5, which is where all the big Club Penguin private server makers began.
Yeah.
And when I looked back, because it's not there anymore, when I looked back at my posts on it, man, I was such a noob. And I think if I did that again now, even my newest things would be a bit cringy.
Yeah, I think a lot of people find that hard to believe because feel like everyone in the game looks up to you as like this big like adult man, because I honestly thought you were like 30 when I first joined. And I was like, wow, this guy's really cool, he owns this game. So it's
it wouldn't be very cool. I think it would be creepy if I was 30.
Like a lot of people found it kind of creepy who was it? I forget his name already. Whatever. I don't remember his name exactly, but he ran the game, and he said he was 9, and then he was doing a radio show, and he was actually like 30. So that was fun, and it was really creepy.
Who was that?
It was Cyberwolf, actually. I don't actually know how old he was, but he just sounded a lot older, and I honestly thought he was like 15, and it was creepy.
I think he was. I think he was that age. He just had a deep voice.
Oh, do you know what gun I love from? Do you know what gun I wish was cheaper in RPG? I really wish I could buy the what's it called, the sniper. Not the FAL or not the Royale. It was Dragunov, that one.
That's the Russian.
I'm so pro. I'm so pro at sniping on Leo RPG. I'm not actually. I'm like trash. But
I've put the Dragunov in the second game, and it's really good.
Nice. Yeah, I mean the gameplay you released for the second game looks really cool. And you also released that video you quick scoping on when the game was first in beta testing.
I actually watched that not long ago, and it's amazing how different the game is to the second one. I can't play the first one anymore because it's just so bad compared to the second one. I just can't get used to the poor gameplay.
That sucks.
It makes me just want to keep working on the second one so I can play it.
Well, I mean, yeah, that makes me really excited for the second one. But the first one's still fun to play. It's kind of different. Like it's a nice change from playing old TP. Like a lot of the time, old TP gives me anxiety because I always worry about like ranks and whatever. Like, so when I was mod in last year, I lost like probably a day worth of sleep in the 2 weeks I was mod, which is not okay. So we RPG.
No, that's not good at all. No.
Yeah, we
Don't worry
RPG.
about things.
It was always a good release of stress. So
yeah, just be yourself and don't worry.
Yeah, that's why this game has been great, and I think everyone always just is like thank you, like they say thank you, and like it's not really. I'm not gonna say non-genuine, but I don't think it's as genuine as it should be. It's rather than just them trying to get. It's not all cases. Like sometimes they're like, oh, they're being genuine because they love this game, just like a lot of people do. But also sometimes just them being like, hey, I'm saying thank you to you, and I'm kind of being a suck up. Can I have it rank now? But
yeah, I've seen it all now. But you know what I like the most is just humble. People like Lex. They're just really funny, but they're harmless, and I absolutely love them. I'd love to give them ranks as long as obviously they.
That is why I was really
be trusted.
I was really
I love to give people like him ranks.
I was really, really mad when security guy. It was the day after Lex got promoted for the first time after because almost no one supports Lex for some reason. I love Lex. I think he's a great guy, but it was the Game of Mods where he got promoted. Or Game of Nights, excuse me. And everyone was super excited for him because it's difficult to get to win. I got crushed whenever I played Wen, and I was super salty about it. But so anyway, security guy walked up and he said that Lex killed him and that he shouldn't get Knight because of that. And that made me really angry because Lex he's a really humble guy. He's really nice. And I think he deserves more appreciation because he's not the kind of people that just goes with the flow of like if he's going to get a rank or not. He goes with what he believes in, and I think that's what more people should be like in this game. Like, I can't say that I'm like that, but
Lex messaged me, and I'll just read some of the things he says. I'll go up a bit, and he says, release me, it's abuse arrest. And I say, no, they said you tried to sell your soul. And then he says, I didn't. So I said, don't do it again. So I just released him.
That's what you said. I commented on.
I don't really care. Because Lex he's cool.
Yeah, he's Lex. Like, even if he did try to sell his soul, like, I would honestly still release him, even if he did. But that's what you said to me. I commented on one of your videos a really long time ago. I think it was one of your live streams. I commented, hey, can I be un-IP banned? And you're like, why were you banned? And I was like, I don't know. And you're like, please don't do it again. And then you un-IP banned me. And I was like, yay.
I think I have a rough idea of different people around. I know who's harmless and doesn't actually mean the things they do.
Yeah. Like, that's, like, me, I'm really irresponsible a lot of the times. But, I mean, I'm turning 13 in, like, a couple days. So I'm honestly really young.
I think that's a good thing because you're learning and you're still developing. So I like to give people like you more chances and stuff.
That's why, like, I try to be more responsible, but I think I applied for sergeant, but I don't think I knew I wasn't going to get it because you need to have a record clear of treason for like 6 months, and my record is nowhere close to clear because I was just being stupid and I was really mad about Fable getting Grand Most Wise, and I tried to kill him that was like February, I think. So my summer is just I kind of ruined my own summer. So like everyone thinks about how it's like the staff being rude to them and not letting them not giving them a chance, and it's like it's your own fault that you committed treason. It's not the staff's fault, you know.
Yeah, yeah. But on the other hand, as well, don't worry about it too much, because I can tell when people are genuinely sorry, and I can just clear that record.
I think that's why a lot of people didn't understand why you gave Sherlock. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I think that's why people didn't understand why you gave him so many chances. And I always thought as you honestly saw him as someone being genuine when they apologized to you, and not just apologizing so they could get a rank like the next day or whatever. I think you saw it as him being genuine, and that's why you gave him so many chances. But that's just what I think.
Yeah, I love Suram. I love how simple he is. I know he does some pretty weird stuff, but
I mean,
I understand him.
Yeah.
And I know when he's sorry. I know when he can be given another chance.
Yeah, like I talked to him. Like he's done weird stuff. He found my Instagram and then he started following my brother and he started talking to me about my brother's Instagram. But I mean, he's a great guy, and it's hard not to like him. Even though it's hard not to like him when you're someone like me who knows that you mess up and it's difficult to mess up. And so whenever people are mean to Sarim, I hate that, because it's okay. Everyone does weird stuff, and it's not his fault that he does weird stuff. Like that's like saying I'm not going to forgive you just because you did something that I've probably done, just because it's a lot of the time it's people just following what the rest of the community is doing. And so I just think that's bad and mean, because I don't know. People just like bullying Sariram for some reason is just a forum-wide meme, and everyone does it. I've even done it at times, and I feel bad for it. Like people make fun.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I think in communities, there's always a large majority of people who all copy each other, and then on the outside there's the people who are different just because they are different. Suram is one of those different people, and I like the different people. That's why you find a lot of the time there are people who you think they don't deserve to be that, or they don't deserve to have that rank or have this attention, but I like those people because they show
it's like
qualities that mark them as individuals, and not just conforming copying copyists.
That's why I was talking about this with Alex on my other podcast, how you picked the three candidates that you saw the most potential in, and that weren't just doing what the users told them to do. Like, I don't know if that's what happened with Dice, but a lot of the times, if I can't find, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find what his posts talking about his party, but a lot of his things, were based off user suggestions, which makes him just think that he's like a person of the users. Like, I've even done this, like, when I made that rant about the Wise Council, I was doing that off what everyone else thought. Like, my opinion on the Wise Council at the time was like, okay, they're doing a lot of wrong, but I feel like they could be doing worse. So, what I'm saying basically is that it's difficult sometimes when you try to fit in and you express your own opinion, but then people say it's wrong. It's confusing, especially when most of the game is angsty teens and preteens like myself. It's difficult. It's difficult to blend in a community like this.
As I have grown up, I recognise, these are young people here. I mean, I work in a school. I do supporting teaching with young kids. So I understand how people think at that age, and the thing I am is very patient. I know what's going on very, very well most of the time. I just don't take action straight away. I let people make mistakes, and I let people get in trouble so that they can learn from those mistakes themselves.
Yeah. Like, I think I just use myself as an example a lot. I used to be this really immature kid who didn't speak his mind enough and did everything that I could do to be liked and to have a rank and all of that stuff. And then I started to, everything released, like me being free, quote unquote. I'm just gonna say free as and not just conforming to be well liked. Me being free, all released at one time, and with being quote unquote free comes being rude. So I was just really really rude at the time.
Yeah.
Which
is fine.
Yeah.
Which is fine. You go through the phase, you come out of it when everyone begins to hate you. And then it turns back around and everyone begins to like you again.
Yeah, I think that's what happened with me. Like, I don't know if anyone really likes me again, but people really hated me. I know it. I just know it. But people really, really hated me from the beginning of this year to, like, probably June is when people started not hating me. And I'm happy about being, quote-unquote, liked again. Because I don't know, I'm not going to say liked because not everyone likes me. But it's good to have friends. When like the friends that have really stuck with me, like Skippy, she's stuck with me through like literally everything. Like she didn't care. Skippy's a really unique person, and I feel bad because she really wanted mod, but then people think of her as like a knight because that's what she had in the past. And I mean, she's a really unique person because she doesn't care about what everyone else thinks. She cares about what like she thinks, and I think that's really good to see people being like that.
Yeah, and I think I can relate to that because the person who's similar in those ways for me is Harrison, and yeah, he is my right hand man, and I can trust him 100%.
Yeah, Harrison, like when I've had trials like 4 times in the past like 6 months, and so Harrison, he's always like he listens to both sides, and then he hears what they say, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna think of what I think, not what I just think because this person is whatever. Like, I mean, neither time or any of the times he hasn't sided with me, which I'm glad because I was really irresponsible with the things I did. But rather than just taking what I said, which was like he took what was factual and he took what he thought was right, and I think that's good.
Yeah, and that is what a leader should do. And for me, I've got to keep doing that myself.
Yeah.
You can either sit back and not do anything and just forgive everybody for anything.
Yeah.
Or you can stand up, stick by your own rules and do things sometimes you don't want to do. I didn't want to execute Pencil and Jack for.
But you knew that you had to.
I had rules, didn't I? And I had to follow them. And I just want people to know that if I don't do those things, if I don't stick by my own rules, people won't respect me, pretty much.
And like that's why a lot of people respect you because the things that you do, you follow your own rules and you stick up for what you believe in, even if like obviously people are just gonna follow you because you can just give them all their ranks and everything. But people follow you because you're a leader. I think like that's why if you ever were to leave again, like how you left in summer of 2016, I think that Harrison would be a good leader to take over. Just because in the past, like Charles and Cyberwolf, they were both not the best leaders, honestly. But whatever. I mean, but you guys are both really independent. And I think that's good.
Yeah, I think Harrison understands how the community works pretty well, and I think he's learning how to be more patient and stuff. So I think he'd make an amazing Emperor Regent, if you like.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't he the Emperor Regent in the past?
Yeah, and he did a great job.
Yeah, and I just clicked on my profile by accident on forums, and I just wanted to ask you, who do you think? Wait, yeah, okay. I just clicked on my profile, and my profile has it has pictures of me from like all through the ages, like just pictures of me and my friends. with like swords out and whatnot. What do you think? Do you think that like I'm I can't get the words out of my head right now. Do you think okay, I can't think of what I'm thinking or trying to say right now. If I can figure it out, I'll remind you. Um, but this podcast is running really long. Do you have anything else you really want to talk about? Because a lot of the people that follow my podcast, I doubt they'll listen to a 4-hour podcast. Do you have any idea? Anything else you want to talk about?
Sorry, you cut off then. What did you say?
This podcast is just running quite long. And do you have anything else you really want to talk about before the farewell?
I'd just like to mention what we started out talking about the election.
Mm-hmm.
The video I made on my channel.
Yeah.
Which, I just want to confirm that I picked up on Alex's post not because it itself was bad. It was because I sensed that if I didn't say something,
mm-hmm.
his supporters would cause a lot of problems at the inauguration. That's all. I just wanted to stop that from happening.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. Like, you don't know, this means so much to me because I was just doing this podcast for fun, and obviously people are going to pay a lot more attention to it because if I put Damen in the title, then it's just going to get all those clicks. But again, thank you so much for coming on. I had a really good time talking with you. If you ever want to come back, the door's open. Thanks for coming on again.
Thank you, Habs.
All right. Well, this is the end of this episode, guys. Be sure to follow the Nate Fan Club on Instagram. It's a great page. But thank you for listening. Thanks again for coming on, Damen, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.